It's a Thursday and it's 2:14 on a Thursday afternoon. We started work today at 6 and we're currently hauling our fourth container movement of the day. Definitely the most interesting movement we've had probably for the week. We hooked up to this full 40-foot flat rack. It's got two huge 40-foot long concrete slabs on it, and we're taking it up to the Diamond Head National Monument. Diamond Head crater. And I don't know if the slabs are to shore up the tunnel that goes inside, or if it's for a bridge or something, or what they're for, but supposedly it's a live offload. We'll see. It has to be delivered after 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock is when the Diamond Head crater closes down and they try to get everybody out of it. So that's what we're working on. We got a hold of the contact person. He told me where we're going to meet. It's like a vista or viewing point just outside the tunnel that goes inside the Diamond Head crater. Back when I was a tour bus driver, it was we always stopped and let the people out to take pictures at that viewpoint. So I'm guessing they've turned it into a laydown yard of sorts. I'm not sure. We'll find out when we get there. At the moment though, we just made our way into Waikiki, home of the 100,000 visitors that come to Hawaii every day. We're surrounded by water on three sides. We just came over a bridge. 1 block to the right of us is water, and 2 blocks to the left of us is water. And we're headed towards Diamond Head. The zoo is where the Waikiki area connects to the mainland, sort of. Creating the peninsula. 2 miles long, about 3 blocks wide. Somewhere in the neighborhood of 200,000 people living in the Waikiki area. Half of them residents and the other half are visitors. Which means every other car is probably a rented car. That's why you see what you just saw. They were in the wrong lane. As the day progresses and we get into the evenings, the sidewalks and the crowds get bigger and bigger and bigger. Pretty much comes to bumper around 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So we're ahead of that. Right around 7 o'clock in the evening is when the sidewalks get really packed. People out walking around looking for a place to have dinner. Vacation, you go out and explore during the day, and then you come back at the end of the day and sit around a table and talk about what you did. Compare notes and photographs. But basically, this is the heart of the tourist industry in Hawaii, right here, Waikiki. 1.7 square miles of cash cow for Hawaii's economy. Everything revolves around tourism here in Hawaii, just about. The second largest industry in Hawaii is our military. And they are a close second because of the federal, input. The third industry, if you're asking, is construction. We're still building because we can't keep up with the number of people that want to live in Hawaii. We are way, way, way behind. Hawaii has the highest number of persons per household per capita of any state in the nation. So there's a lot of people living in the little homes that we have here in Hawaii. Even though the last 5 years the population has decreased by about 10,000 a year. So even though the population is decreasing, we're so far behind, we still need more homes just to get caught up. That's probably one of the reasons people are leaving Hawaii. It's no place to live. And when you do find something nice, you pay more than you can afford. So I get that question a lot as far as, can I find work in Hawaii? Can I make it in Hawaii? Well, I did. I mean, it hasn't changed in the 30 or so years I've lived in Hawaii. In fact, I think it's gotten better thanks to the internet and cell phones and stuff like that. You can shop around more and look, get the good deals and find the good pay. But still, it's rough. You're going to work harder in Hawaii to get ahead than anywhere else in the United States. And so finding work, no problem in Hawaii. Like I say, just about everybody I know is looking for good workers. It's hard to come to Hawaii and be lazy and make it. So finding work is definitely not a problem in Hawaii. Finding an affordable place to live, though, that's the challenge. And it's just, the environment is just too nice. Like I used to say on my tours when I was a tour bus driver, could you imagine what would happen if it was actually easy to live in Hawaii? There'd be so many people here we'd sink. So yeah, you're definitely going to pay a price. You want to live in Hawaii. Hard to get ahead. Might get island fever if you're the type of person that likes, to travel great distances. On a regular basis. So that new Denny's straight ahead still hasn't opened up. We've delivered several containers to that job site straight ahead, and they're still not open. It's supposed to be a new Denny's. And these slabs are not maximum weight, but we're definitely heavy. 54,000 pounds shipping weight. That's 3,000 pounds under the maximum weight. Still, put this right around 77,000 gross. You can feel the weight. So we're making our way down the main street in Waikiki at Kalakaua Avenue. It's named after this guy here to the left, King David Kalakaua. Second to the last monarchy in Hawaii. There were 8 monarchies. He was the second to the last. King Kamehameha the Great was the first. Queen Liliuokalani was the last. When I moved to Hawaii, this section of Waikiki where we are right now was a red light district. 30-some years ago, 35, 37 years ago. Now it's all very high-end shopping, and there's a few older stores, but everything's been gutted out, and there's a lot of really high-end. Right here on this corner to the left, that used to be McDonald's. McDonald's sold out to Louis Vuitton. How often do you see a McDonald's sell out? Most expensive Louis Vuitton that was ever built. far as the square footage building of it goes. Not sure what it was. Royal Hawaiian Shopping Center's on the right. It's like 3 blocks long, 3 stories high. It's probably the largest shopping center in the Waikiki area. Again, this is the center of Waikiki now. Off to the left is the International Marketplace. One of the places we go to every morning at 3 o'clock. Moana Surfrider on the right, oldest standing hotel in Waikiki. Built around the turn of the century, 1901. The Hyatt on the left, that's where all the honeymooners go. Of course, Waikiki Beach now on the right. This is Kohio Beach, one of the 5 beaches that make up Waikiki Beach. It's probably the center of it all. One of the great things about Waikiki is that it's not only a nice beach with a lot of variety, great place to go people watching, but you don't have to go far to find, restaurants and restrooms and accommodations. It's literally feet away. It's funny how just hanging out on the beach, taking in some sunshine, can just wear the body out. People always look so tired when they leave the beach. I think what causes that primarily is dehydration. So right here is the very end of Waikiki. We leave the Waikiki district and we enter Kapiolani Park. Honolulu Zoo is off to the left. Queen Kapiolani Regional Park. Make our way through the park. I think during World War I it was an army base. But before that, back when King David Kalakaua, the second to the last monarchy, one of the cool stories is that when he became the king of Hawaii, one of the very first things he did, because he was in the Hawaiian Navy, one of the first things he did is he took one of his ships and he went and sailed around the world, circumnavigated the world. It was a lifelong dream, being in the Navy, and when he became king, it gave him the financial resources to sail around the world, and he became the first monarch to ever accomplish that. First monarchy to ever circumnavigate the world. When he traveled around the world, he took good notes on how people were doing things in other places. And when he was visiting Europe, he noticed all the great parks for the public to hang out in. And he wondered how the government was able to finance these beautiful parks for the people. And the story goes that those great parks weren't built by the government. They were built by private enterprise. You take a valuable piece of property and you allow the super wealthy to build on it, build huge estates all around the property, with the condition that when their life is over, they will the property back to the people of people of that region. And that's what happened. This park was originally surrounded by really, really elaborate and great homes of the super rich. They had polo fields here, and you know, it's where the ultra rich hung out here in Hawaii. That's how the park was originally developed, and then when those families basically passed away, it became a park for the people. So now we made our way to Diamond Head. The entrance into Diamond Head is on the opposite side, and I want to make a left turn in order to get in there with the tractor trailer. The right turn would be a little too tight, I think. It can be done, but it requires stopping all the traffic. So we're going to go around the ocean side of the Diamond Head crater. The ocean side is where the calcite crystals were found that gave Diamond Head its name. At least that's the story in a lot of the books. You can see some of the calcium deposits on the left here. Of course, if you're surfing off the coast of Diamond Head and you look at it from the ocean, you'll notice it's a crater that's shaped like a diamond. It's got this tall peak in the middle. So I believe that's how it got its name. It's just shaped like a diamond from the ocean. If you're a mariner looking at it from the ocean, it's kind of shaped like a diamond. The Hawaiians call it leahi. Leahi in Hawaiian translates to the brow of the ahi fish, the tuna, yellowfin tuna. And if you hold the dorsal fin up on a yellowfin tuna, it's shaped exactly like Diamond Head, the profile to Diamond Head. It's the exact same shape as the dorsal fin of the yellowfin tuna. Passing the lighthouse. One of the more excellent places to surf on the island, Diamond Head Point. Back when I first moved here and I used to boogie board almost every day, it was a religion almost to come to Diamond Head before the sun came up. Paddle out, boogie board off Diamond Head as the sun comes up. It's almost a religious experience. They call it the Dawn Patrol. Surfers here, right? Lots of people like to hike up and around Diamond Head. Of course, you can hike inside Diamond Head. You can hike up to the top of the crater. It's an underground military installation built into Diamond Head crater. It's part of the shore defense of Hawaii during World War II. On this side of Diamond Head is Kahala, one of the wealthier neighborhoods here in Hawaii. If you want to know how to develop a wealthy neighborhood, Kahala is a good example. What they did is they just divided up the land, sold the land, and let the landowners develop the land however they want. So it's not a cookie cutter neighborhood. Every house is different. The thing is, if you buy the land, you have to develop it within 10 years. Or the developer gets the land back. So, really nice homes here in the Kahala District. It's right next door to Waikiki. Right at the base of Diamond Head. It was basically developed back in right after World War II. 45 through 55, that's when the Kahala District was, for the most part, developed. And people have been redeveloping it, you know, the homes, buying them and making them nicer. I don't know if you can see off to the left here where we're going, but that's where we're headed. To the tunnel that goes inside. If I remember right, the first little stretch as we come off the road here is pretty steep, so we better pick the right gear because we are heavy. Going straight up?
Yeah, for Prometheus?
Yeah, yeah.
Prometheus? Alright, I'm gonna open this up and then we sit right around this corner.
Oh, I can go around it.
Sure?
Yeah, yeah.
Alright.
All right. The fun begins. Alright, looks like they decided to take a spot. That way they can take their time offloading it. Ease out. Easy. There we go. Deliver to these guys all the time, usually at their yard, which is inside the Campbell Industrial area. This is the area where we would pull in with the tour buses and people would get out and take pictures. Alright. See what dispatch has to say about this. It's 2:58. 2 minutes to 3. side of the island anyway, so we'll wait for them to call back. So yeah, there we go. Hello. So we got here at 2:35, and they decided to take a spot. Govi, G-O-V-I. Alright. Bye. Make our way around Diamond Head. Yeah, if we had come this direction from the way we're headed now, it would have been a little bit shorter, but it would have been really hard to make that right turn. A lot of deliveries for the National Guard, which is located inside the Diamond Head crater. Haven't done that in quite a while though. A while back they were renovating their buildings inside. I think the FAA is located inside there, National Guard headquarters, and else. All the civil defense. It's all located inside the Diamond Head crater. Anyway, making our way back to our terminal. Yeah, it's the best time of the day. 5:39. Time to shut them down. Pretty interesting day. We came in at 6. We did 8 container movements. We drove 91 miles. Typical day. Can't complain. Started out a little slow, but that last run was kind of fun. Kind of glad we got to spot the container instead of standing by, because it would have taken them forever to bring that crane up there and crane it off. Now they can take their time and be careful, because those concrete slabs were like 12 tons a piece. But that is it. We're headed home. We still got leftovers. I got so much chicken. Chicken, a little bit of hamburger. Finished the salad last night. Got half a pot of rice still. Big pot of beans. Yeah, I might make a salad. I might cook up some tofu vegetable stir fry. My wife's vegetarian, so she doesn't like to eat the chicken and the hamburger and stuff. Make it something for her. Probably make it like a tofu fried rice. That way I can use some of the rice that we got. But that is it for today. Thanks for watching. Aloha.